Good morning, traders. It's Monday, November 24th. Hopefully everyone had an awesome weekend. Equities are set to open higher this morning. We've got the NASDAQ up 1%, the S&P 500 up 0.7%, and the Russell up 0.4%. So more or less looks like a big tech heavy weighting. So the NASDAQ up the most. I did take a quick peek here, and it looks like Google is doing, I think, a good chunk of the heavy lifting. It's trading up at 311. So it's going to set the gap open sharply higher. So that's, I think, dragging the indices higher. Overall, if we take a look at the S&P 500, and we look at the 30-minute chart, we can see we've gone from this FOMO buying. The other day, we saw a big gap up, which we talked about how we're going to see the market gap higher. Gaps tend to get faded, meaning they fill on the stock indices. And then typically when we have FOMO, when everybody feels like they have to get in and they bought everything in the morning, we talked about this, how our hot list was showing every sector was bright green, up 3 to 5% in the morning. Everyone piled in. I said, just be aware, this is a bounce within a downtrend. It's a news-driven move. And by the end of the day, we had gone from FOMO, which is everybody having to buy into everything and they're getting left behind. They literally paid the premium. And then we had 3 waves of panic selling. We had 1, 2, 3 waves of panic selling in later in that day, and our hot list ended up closing with everything red, deep in the red, down like 3, 4, 5%. So we went from in the morning, everyone had to get into the afternoon. Everybody realized they don't know what they're doing. They had to get out, and they're just bailing out. Now we did see on Friday, we saw 2 little bouts of FOMO. And we're just ping-ponging around between people feeling like they're getting left behind to they have to get out because they're going to lose money to getting left behind. And when we close with FOMO on a Friday, we tend to see FOMO happen over the weekend. So people start to feel like they ruminate and they start to feel like they have to get in. And so today we are going to see the market gap higher. And it's going to gap higher into a downtrend. We might see some FOMO spike up again. We'll see if that momentum loses steam and then sells back down. Again, we're still in overall, when we look at the longer term picture, we're kind of in a high volatility state. Huge whipsaws back and forth. We have elevated volume. And so all this is just telling us it's just an emotional driven market. We're just kind of like, water sloshing in a bathtub back and forth. Everybody's like either they want in or they want out. They want in, then they want out. And so we just have to let this market work itself out. Of course, we've been on the sidelines for a little while, just letting this market just kind of figure itself out over the past week. And we'll see how this goes from there. Now, where else is money flowing?